And so we got home. The rest of the day was like quiet in the house. I really didn't talk to them. He didn't even want to look at me in the face. Like, he was heated. And so I was just like, the fuck, I don't care. I'm over here defending myself. But wait. Okay, so my mom gets home. And my mom was like, oh, hey guys, she's clueless of everything. Like, she don't know what happened, cause yeah. So she comes home and she sees that Joseph is mad, and she's like, what happened with Joseph? And then I told her, I said, Ma, I need to talk to you. And so my mom was like, okay, what happened? And so I was like we went to the room by ourselves, and I was like, what is his name? Joseph? Okay, Joseph. Sorry, guys. Joseph winked his eye at me this morning. I explained the whole story that I just explained it to you guys, like the park, everything. And she was like, what? Are you serious? And something I don't want to even mention, but I'm going to mention, is he always would beat her up. Like, he would put hands on her. And so that's like a sad thing. And she would send my mom pictures, and obviously I would see them, you know. And so I would be like, I told my mom, like, yeah, he did that. And, you know, my mom remembered about the call that our other auntie made us from our country. And she was like, yeah, you remember that? Told us. And I was like, yeah, I remember. And so then my auntie walks in, Altagracia. And I was like, and she was like, yeah, it's okay. Like, she was acting cool with it. She was just acting mad with him. So I was like, okay, my auntie just defended me through her, like, husband. Like, okay, that's something new. And so later on, my mom is making another party. I think it was Christmas. Or I don't know if my mom just wanted to make a carne asada. Like, I don't know if she wanted to, like, grill chicken and pork and stuff. I don't know. Or it was Christmas Day. I don't know. I do not remember. That was like some years ago, boy. And so I was like, no, my mom was like, okay, so, Altagracia, you know, like, my mom had a lot of pretty clothes, like, you know, brand clothes, and like, my auntie was a bit skinnier than my mom, so she could fit some stuff. And so my mom was like, Altagracia, come to the room so I can give you some clothes. So the people in the room was me, my mom, Altagracia, and Alexander, which was her son. I think that's what I named him, right? Okay. And so I am like with a big headache. Like, I couldn't stand the headache. Like, I don't know if it was because of the music. I don't know for what it was, but I had like this biggest headache ever. And I was stressing, and I was like, And so I laid down, and her son has a huge head. So I'm like, And my mom is sitting on this, like on the corner of the bed from the right side. From the left side. And my auntie's sitting on the right side of the bed to the other corner. And I am sitting to the far end of the bed on my mom's side. And her son is like in the middle. And like, I lay down back, like not back, but side. And what her son keeps doing is he keeps hitting his head on my head. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this boy is about to get slammed to the garbage can if he don't, like. And so I'm just laying down, and he does it one time. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ignore that. I don't want problems with my auntie right now. So he did it again, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I said in Spanish, like, no me pegues en mi cabeza, me duele. Like, don't hit my head, it hurts. And so he was like, cause you know he was young. He was like what, 3, 4, 5? He was like 5. Let's say 5. And then she's like, my auntie's like sent me with a stank face, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I ignored her face. And then my mom was like, tell your son to stop. And then he does it again. And this is when I get up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can you stop? My head hurts. And she's like, my auntie's like, how you gonna talk to my son like that? How you gonna, like, she starts coming for me. And I know that half of the way she was coming for me was because of what happened today with her husband, me and her. Because, like, you could, like, the way she was looking at me from the park, the whole day, the way she was like talking to me wasn't the same way when she was like when she first came, when she was first here for the few days, it was a total different Altagracia. So I'm like, this lady done changed on me. This lady is someone else. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? I am not gonna deal with this. And like, I was like, mommy, just I'm gonna go to the other room. And then she was like, no, you ain't going nowhere. You know I could beat your ass. Like, I could whoop you. I'm your auntie. And my mom's turning around like, this is the, like, my mom is Christian. She goes to church. But this is like the first time I saw my mom popping off of someone. She turned around. Who do you think you are? That's my daughter, not yours. You ain't gonna whoop my daughter. You're not gonna hit my daughter like you did to And she was like, I don't care. She was the first one messing with my husband because she knows she want him. I was like, we talking about your son and you bringing up your husband. That's how I knew she was mad at me because of her husband. And so I was like, I don't want your husband, honey. I do not want him. Like, I'm 14 years old. Like, probably some of y'all that's 14, not offending anybody. Y'all find your crushes at 14. But me, I'm over here, you know, playing dolls still. Like, I'm over here playing with a Barbie doll still. Like, a Barbie house. Like, you got me bent. Like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I do not want your man. And I started crying because that really hurt me. Because, you know, it's my aunt. And, like, I really had love for her. And, like, I trusted her and everything. And then the fact that she, like, said that was, like, a real, like, it hurted, you know? And so I was like, why would you say that about me? I don't want your man. That's the last person I want. He whoops you. He cheats on you. Why would I want a man like that in my life for me? And she was like, I don't care if he hits me, if he cheat on me, you still want him. I'm like, this girl is psychopath because I am not finna deal with her. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. And her and my mom are going back and forth, but my mom's not cursing, but she is. So my mom was like, okay, you know what? I want you to, like, leave the room real quick because I'm going to go fix his clothes back to the closet, and I'm going to talk to my daughter. And she's like, okay, I don't care. I don't give a F. I don't, So she gets up with her son. She's like, let's go, Alexander. And she grabs him and closes the door hard as F. And so my mom was like, Jalen, you had to tell me first about the problem you were having. You cannot go to someone like that because that someone is going to think you want her man. Like, you can't ever do that. And I was like, yeah, I know I'm wrong. I know I was wrong for telling her instead of you first. And she was like, yeah, but next time if anything like this happens, tell me first. And so I was like, okay. And then my mom goes out, and my mom hears her, like, cursing and, you know, like Jalen is a thought, she a H, she a this, and, like, she's insulting me. So this is when I don't care if she's my auntie or not. You is not gonna insult me, and I'm not gonna do nothing. Like, this is when I forgot she was my auntie. I went outside, I cursed her out, boy. I cracked on her, I did everything I could. And I embarrassed her in the party because most people there was my family. And so, like, most of our family didn't really like her like that because, you know, they heard things like, you know how she beat the girl up over there in my country, and, like, she's, like, jealous, and, like, her age to his age is a whole lot, and that's the reason why like, people think, like, she's, like, 40 something, about to turn 50, and he's, like, 20 something. And so they're a big difference in age, and that's why he takes advantage of her and cheats on her and does everything on her, because she works, like, almost the whole day. She comes home at night, and he don't even work. He don't work. Okay, so tell me. And her kid is in baby sitting school. So tell me, you think he gonna just stay home the whole day and not gonna go do something? Okay, so enough of that. And then so my mom goes outside, what's the problem? And then she's like, I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever I want out here. I'm gonna curse this girl out. I'm gonna do. And then my mom was like, look, Altagracia, I am not gonna deal with this. I invited you to my house. I'm doing you guys a favor. I'm helping you guys out. I'm doing everything I can to make you guys as happy as I can. I like, you know, my mom, like, she goes out of her way for her. Like, she, like, my mom, like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, my mom would always, like my whole, like, okay, like my mom didn't. I'm not gonna say it in camera because I don't want you guys to think that I'm over here like, oh, my mom's like the hero or whatever. But or I don't want you guys to think my aunt uses my mom, because I guess she does. She did, but my okay, my mom would always help her out. Money, anything. My mom was there for her, and so I didn't like how the way she was talking to my mom and disrespecting my mom. So my mom was like, look, I'm not kicking you out, but if you don't feel comfortable here, leave. And she was like, oh, so you're kicking me out now. And my mom never kicked her out. My mom was like, if you don't feel comfortable here, you can leave. Meaning she can go with another cousin, because we had cousins in Miami. We live down here like 30 minutes from Miami, so I'm not gonna say where I live, but we live like 30 minutes from Miami. And you know, obviously our family was there, so they could take her the same day. And she was like, I ain't going nowhere. And my mom was like, you don't have to leave, but if you're gonna be with this attitude, you're gonna have to, because I'm not gonna like have you here being uncomfortable with my daughter and like also yelling at me, cursing at me. I don't need drama right now. And so she was like, okay, I'm gonna leave tomorrow morning. I bet you I'm gonna leave. And so the whole day, like the whole rest of the night, she didn't look at me. She didn't talk to me. All she did was try to curse the F out of me. And you know, I was too like, I'm not gonna let you talk to me however you want to talk to me, because you're mad at me for something that I didn't even cause. Like I wasn't even trying to make her husband like at me or anything. I don't even like him. Like, you know what? I don't care. But I was like, F that, and I was not worried about that. So the next morning, this lady wakes up. She's packing and packing and packing. And you know, my mom told me, just like, leave them alone. Don't talk to them. Don't anything to them. Just wait till they leave. And so I was like, okay. And so, like, you know, the last night, like last night, she made a whole big scene, whole big show. And like our family was like mad. My family was like, shut up to her, and like it was crazy. And so the next morning, yeah, she was packing. She went to the kitchen, and she told my mom like if my mom cooked and stuff. So my mom was like, yeah, I cooked some food, and it was right there if you guys want to eat and whatever. And she ate. Her husband ate. Her son ate. And cause you know my mom cooked bomb food, like bomb Dominican food. So okay. And so they was there. And she would just look at me with hate. She would roll her eyes at me. She would do whatever she can just to be disrespectful towards me. And like she wouldn't say nothing because my mom told her to calm down, but she would look at me like the look was evil. And her husband was like that too. So it's like, I don't care, y'all could be mad, like. And so they left, and when they were leaving, I had to do something bad, because I'm not going to let you leave like that, and I'm not going to do nothing back. So her son left like a pillow, like this little puppy pillow. And so I grabbed that, because they were already outside waiting for my auntie. So I grabbed that pillow, and like, because my house is like a corner, like, you know, this is where they were waiting. And I looked at the corner, I threw the pillow at her head, and she came back running, and she tried to throw it at me, but she missed. And so I went in my house, and then like I was looking through the door, like I was like, and then her son got the pillow back, and they left to the park, and that's where my other auntie picked them up. And like ever since then, I never talked to her. My mom does talk to her. My mom forgives people, you know. My mom is like that, you know. My mom is, she goes to church, she does it and that. So my mom is like that. I'm not like that. Like, if you do something to me, I'm not gonna forgive you. But like, I forgave her, but I just won't talk to her. Like, I wouldn't trust her anymore, and I wouldn't want her to come back over here anymore either. But that was the story where my auntie thought I wanted her husband. I don't know, guys. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below of this story, and if I should do another story time similar like this one, but my neighbor. Like, this lady was crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this story time about my auntie thinking I wanted her man. It is a long video. I'm so sorry. Next time I will probably talk less and tell you guys. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys like my second video. And like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are not from this channel, like if you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe because I'm gonna come with lit, nice videos for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoy them. So bye guys.